additional confluence of supply or demand? Well, I didn't. Well, I did, but price didn't mitigate my supply and demand. However, after I grabbed that liquidity, I saw a rejection candle. I'll show you that on chart. Then, followed by what? Price delivery. I can what? I can sell the correction. Did you get that message, guys?
Yes.
I don't have to wait for price to come all the way here. Money has been grabbed. Transaction is coming. You have to be prepared. Meeting my supply or my marked zone for supply is additional confluence. It is additional confluence. So once this is grabbed, there is no more liquidity here. Now you wonder, what price came here and left? It didn't grab this, did it? It didn't. Likewise, this has not been grabbed, so there's still liquidity here. This has not been grabbed, there's still liquidity here. So this didn't grab this, but then this transaction did happen, just like this one did happen. How come it happened though? First thing is we are in an uptrend. So when we are in an uptrend, you expect the structural highs and lows to hold. That was where we talked about the three types of transactions: structured transaction, simple transaction, and then range transaction. And range is the most important of them all because they are made up of both structure and simple are made up of range transactions. Now,
you remember those, right?
What you need to do now is to dig into this area and see why price would turn here. Of course, it has to grab the liquidity. The fact that it is a structural point in itself means it's a liquidity what? Level. Why? You have pending orders there. Here, you have what? Stop losses here. Those that were buying here initially, they have their break-even where? Here. And you see there are a lot of orders here. Why some people still have their what? Stop losses here. Am I communicating now? Can you now see how all of this translates into price? That's why when price is coming down here, you see spread. And those of you that is spread, I can see spread increasing somewhere around here. And you're like, but isn't this the low? It's supposed to come here and increase, but it's increasing somewhere around here. Why? There are orders here.
Some of you that use spread. I'm gonna stop using stop losses. There's no point.
Now, what does price love to do? Price loves
I used to go to sleep, trade Carter FX style.
Induce
no
the
loss, wake
last
up
low
every day in profit. I'm like, yo,
before the main low, most often than not.
Wake up 13K
So always pay attention to that level
got like 10
in
lines,
the structural point. Why? Most of the people here, when the market was moving, the breakout, reversal, whatever trend line traders for this push already have their trade from this beginning here. Most people don't enter from this point except us. Why? Because most people are waiting for candlestick reversal, formation, institution candle, and all of that before they get into the trade. So if they do that, their orders are somewhere here, or here, or here. So price comes to grab those liquidity and then use it to what? Carry out this next transaction.
This shit is so repetitive, bro. It's so deep. But I like the way we're doing it. We're all looking at the same price action from EU every day.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you're gonna see what Rhino.
Is that clear?
saying.
Of course. The best thing that could have happened.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's why last high before the main high
Bigsby.
and last low before the main low is very, very important. It's an important money level.
Right. What are you doing?
And that's why you see that some people that trade extreme IFCs and they be like, oh, that trade went well. Well, it's not just because there was an extreme IFC, because you have them pretty much all over the place. But those that tend to play out were sitting right in that last low before what? The main low, or last high before the main high. I hope you understand the thought process of the market now towards that direction.
Yep, I do.
So what next? Transactional liquidity grabbed, correction happened. Structure point
He was
liquidity
taking that
grabbed,
mentorship with another girl, and
Structure
a year
point
later he
liquidity
masters
grab.
forex. Like
Next
she gets to
impulse
say he
happens.
masters forex,
No more
and she
money
doesn't
here,
even trade anymore.
Of course not.
right? This
Of
grabbed,
course not.
no more money here.
If she knew about trade, she
Transactional,
probably like gonna. If she ever came back to trade,
and it
she
led to
peeps
this
that he's like a master trader,
low,
and easily get there.
which
But
is
That-
an, then you can see transactional became inducement,
what a skill set to have.
right? So what happened here though? Structure point liquidity didn't hold. Can you see that? It didn't hold. Rather,
Yes.
it got what? Induced. Pay close attention. It got what? Induced. So there is no more money here. However, there is money here. So can you see, for those who would be busy marking all of this to be taken out, you're wasting your time. Transactions, one transaction after the other is what market tends to do. What about when markets flush down? Boom, all of a sudden like this. Well, don't worry, we'll come in there.
No way with that.
Now, this here is what? Inducement liquidity. And it is very much significant, as much as others, even better than others. You know why? Because all of the others within all of this push, including last low before the main low, everything has been grabbed. And even for what the breakout traders who have their stop losses above here, and the BOS traders who are seeing this as BOS, and here to pick a trade, you can see how it has this liquidity alone. You can see how it has engineered a lot of reasons to grab more money further in the future, aside from just here. A lot of people will not want to sell, buy from here, because they are seeing what? BOS, the almighty BOS. Now, there's the question. This is an impulse, right?
Right.
This is another impulse, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, this is one last impulse here. But wait, what do we have here? Is this impulse not longer than all of this impulse?
It is.
It is. So, most often than not, inducement liquidity is the liquidity for expansion. Someone has background noise.
Transactional penetration.
Oh, it's background noise. Big B.
Big B.
see price goes, okay, let's see, just keep going, we're going, everything is stalling. All of a sudden, boom, and all of a sudden, boom. Sometimes you have all of a sudden, boom, all of a sudden, boom. Then, boom. You guys must have seen this happen a lot of times in the chat. Oh,
Yes, sir.
I think this happened yesterday too. I didn't even look at the chat that yesterday, so I had classes. Are we communicating, guys?
Loud and clear.
So, is there money here?
Yes.
Is there money here?
No.
No. Why? It's been grabbed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought before it got grabbed. I apologize.
It's lower. It's been grabbed. So no money here. So price flew here. Aside from the fact that it might mitigate something, one thing is we know it's grabbed liquidity, so we're expecting certain corrections here. Then all of a sudden you begin to see price doing this. You'll be like, oh, Mr. Yusuf, what did you see that made you sell? Well, now you know. Now, remember this quote here. Money gotten is what? Money spent. Sometimes you see this fly up here isn't coming to grab just this liquidity, but it's also coming to grab a liquidity that was high up here before. You must pay attention, depending on how the structure of the market looks like. Now, we said that price grabs this and we're expecting a correction. We don't necessarily have to mitigate. Mitigation is going to be additional confluence. And by the time you understand price, you know the mitigation, some mitigation there, you can set a limit, some you can just let go of here. Now, if you pick up your chart, for example, let's say Euro USD or GBP USD. This is not a financial advice, but I want to use this to explain something. Now, if you pick up your chart, Euro USD, most charts that eventually succeed to remain in the market, that is most currencies, where do they start from? They start from low and then they begin to go high, right?
Yep.
Then we begin to have some market formation and all of that. If this was the beginning of this market, did you think there was a supply level to support this at that point in time?
No way.
So why did this correction happen? There was no supply. That tells you it is all about the liquidity graph.
He's smart as hell.
The supply came in later on as what? Additional confluence. Is it clear now?
Crystal clear.
Now, like I said, not not financial advice. But you see, most cryptocurrencies that came out that stayed in the market. Have you seen a crypto? Out of the cryptos that came out, the ones that came out and start dropping, and the ones that came out and start rising, what percentage of them drops and what percentage of them rises? On the average, what do you think? Most will rise. That is it. Most will rise because every market situation that comes out would rise. Why?
Demand.
Because anything new builds interest, and people want to just say, oh, will this work or will this not work? People will definitely buy. Well, out of foolishness, people will buy. Out of smartness, people will buy. There will always be a reason for people to buy. Go check every currency pair that came out. Most didn't go down when they came out. They rose. They rose. No matter what happens, they will always rise more than they will fall, in as much as they've remained in the market. Not a financial advice, but this helps you to understand what an easy way to invest for long term. And then Bitcoin came and gave you the cheat code. Oh, if you can hold it for 5 years, I'll do you well. Then buy all the shit coins and then hold it for 5 years. Well, the ones that will fall or go extinct, that's fine. But the ones that will do well will give you good money in the long run. Not a financial advice, but we can actually look at these things and understand them as forex traders and
so true.
Invest wise. I hope that makes sense, guys.
Just invest in any shitcoin because eventually speculation.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So
Surely.
you follow it one step at a time. But this following it one step at a time here